Welcome, here I've got Motorola Moto G200 5G and let me show you how to use Camera Pro mode at this device. So let's start by tapping on Camera button to open it, and for now we are on standard photo mode, so let's change it by using this settings bar and just simply going to right. Here we get access to more modes of this camera, and now let's focus on photo category and find Pro, so let's tap on it. Here we are. This mode gives us possibilities to choose some shooting parameters by ourselves. This is useful when we want to learn photographic skills or making experiments with photography. So let me start with the settings bar. Let's go from the right. The first one option here we can manage is exposure compensation. So as you can see, we get access to this type of slider, and now we can change the light of our photo in kind of basic way. So by going to the right on it, we can make our photo more bright. By going to left, we can make it more dark. At the center we have 0 parameters, so there's no problem to go back to auto exposure compensation. And let's move to the next one option, the ISO. Here we can change camera's sensitivity to light, and as you can see we get access to different slider. We can pick it from 100, so make it less sensitive, or going to the right more sensitive to 3 and 2000 of it. So this is also wide choice and wide spectrum like in Pro camera. To go back to auto ISO, we have to simply slide to the left to the beginning of this slider. And let's move to next one option. Here we have shutter speed, so we can change the time of taking photo. We can make it shorter from the left side of the slider from 1/6000 of second, and this short time should be better to objects, for example in move, to frozen them at the picture with a good light. By going to the right we can make it longer, so let me check the longest, 32 seconds, and this should be better to objects that are stable or if we want to have some blur at our picture. And to go back to auto shutter speed, of course we have to slide again to the left side, but I want to show you that when we use shutter speed and ISO together, the exposure compensation button is locked, because these two parameters are kind of really professional light managing. So as you can see, by using them like that, we can adjust the light. So if you want to quickly adjust light, you have to stay on exposure compensation and stay on auto settings with ISO and shutter speed. If you have more time and want to learn something, you can use this to adjust it. And let's move to the next one option. Here we have white balance, so we can change the temperature of our picture in Kelvin degrees, and this is kind of balance between warm and cold tones of our photo. And above this slider we get small icons that suggest us which light is good for which conditions we have when we want to take a photo. So we start with tungsten light. As you can see, it's more blue. White fluorescent light, we go to more warm, daylight and cloudy light, the warmest here. Maybe let me give more brightness to my photo to show you the difference. As you can see, this is how it works when we slide to this white balance settings. And to go back to auto white balance, we have to of course slide to the left to the beginning of the slider. Let's move to the last one option here. Now we can adjust the focusing. We are on AF from autofocus. By using the slider we can change it to MF and adjust focusing manually on our subject as we need. And to go back to autofocus, we have to slide again to left side to beginning of the slider, but I want to show also that when we adjust all of these parameters manually and need to move back quickly to auto settings, we have to get out from here and move to right side to the small button here, and now all of these parameters have been resetted to auto and we can start using them from the beginning. And let's move now to this small button under these settings and above the shutter, because here we get access to more options about camera we can manage. Most of them is also in standard photo mode, but in Pro we have one extra thing, the photo format. Now we are on JPEG, but we can also tap to RAW and save our photos in RAW format that is used by professional photographers to saving more details at the pictures and post-producing them in graphic programs. So this is really pro feature here, and we can also pick RAW plus JPEG, so save our photo in two formats. Now let me stay on JPEG and let's use these settings to take a photo. So maybe let me start with ISO. As I said, let's leave exposure compensation because I want to use these two parameters to adjust the light and other. And white balance, maybe this one. Defocusing here. To see my photo, let's move to right to the button that follows us straight to the gallery, and this is how it presents. I suggest you to making experiments with all of these settings and just have a good fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.